Today on the channel, we're talking a little Marvel Legends with Marvel Legends Wakanda Forever, Okoye and Nakia.
The spirit of the warrior will run forever!
Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Marvel Legends unboxing and review. And today, from the Wakanda Forever Black Panther wave, we've got Okoye and we've got Nakia. But remember, for all your Black Panther Marvel Legend figure needs and a whole lot more, make sure you're hitting up Entertainment Earth. Use discount code Kyle or the link in the description below to save 10% on all in-stock items. And of course, everything over $39 does ship free. Got to get a deal all day long. So today we're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. So without further ado, let's start it off. And let's start with, we'll start with this one. This is a little bit fresher. This is a little bit of a repaint, I believe. We'll dive into that in a little bit. We got Marvel's Nakia. I haven't seen the movie yet, so I don't want to butcher her name, but I'm sure it's one of those. But we do have her here, of course, in the old cardboard prison. There's the old packaging. Very interesting there. Marvel Legends at the top. Of course, a Tuma Build-A-Figure. This is Marvel's Nakia, so there's got to be some kind of legality there to put the Marvel name in the front. You got Wakanda Forever, of course. An interesting looking figure here on the front package there. Of course, plastic-free packaging. Not sure exactly what's going to be inside this box, as we always say. There it is on the side. You can build a Tuma. It's got a little checklist for you. I wish it had the old school checklist, so if I was at a store and I just saw this one, I said, well, that's who's in the set, but what do they look like? And you could get a little piece, a little cross-sell, if you will. So we're missing that. Little movie glamour shot. And on the back here, there it is. The UPC, look at that. The UPC's right there. Not on the bottom, UPC. You got all the other gibberish there. And then, of course, no blurb on this one. You do get the Atuma pieces and the accessories. Shows what you're going to get. But without further ado, let's get old Nakia out of the package here. Let's see what all the fuss is about. And I gotta say, there's no fuss. I haven't heard anybody fussing about this one, but you never know. See you later. Off to the races. Pull some of this out. Oh, accessory party. There it is. And then we get the old cardboard prison. And there that is. See you later. And Spider-Man style. Bam! See you later. Goodbye. And pull that out. Very small figure here. Very small figure. Probably why it comes with the torso accessory. Off to the races. See you later. Goodbye. Spider-Man style once again. And let's take a look here. We get Build-A-Figure pieces, and just one here. We get the big torso for Atuma. This isn't my Atuma. We'll see what Atuma's like at the end of the week. Of course, we'll unbox all these guys on the channel. Make sure you subscribe, and then we're going to rank the entire way from my least favorite to my favorite and build this bad boy along the way, so stay tuned for that. But let's get down to all the extra things we have here. We do get two hands. What do we got on her? We got one fisted hand, always appreciate that. We got one gripping hand, and then we get two other gripping hands here. She's going to need the gripping hands because we got these two ring accessories. I believe we've seen these with some of the other Black Panther figures over the years. I believe those were silver, not green though. So I got to think they're very similar, but obviously different. But we get two of these. Nice sculpt to them, but it's all one green color across the board is what it is. So there we go there. And then we get down to the head sculpt, and I guess we'll compare both head sculpts now. That's where we're going to start this off. So we get the head sculpt of the actress here. Have no familiarity with the actress, like most actresses and actors. You guys know my story. But a very, very good likeness, very good head here. I love the hair here, the braids, everything in the different color. A lot of good personality to this figure, even though it's just a head. It's a floating head right now, but good personality with this one with the highlights and the ring in the hair. Just looking really good. And then we do get a interesting head sculpt here. Now, I haven't seen the movie, not exactly sure what's going on, even though I can kind of write it. You guys know me, I can write these movies without even watching them. But I have a feeling here this is her underwater scuba gear. Of course, Namor and the Atlanteans are a big part of this movie, apparently. I have a feeling this is where she went underwater, and this is how she can breathe and all that kind of stuff. She's like a young Deep Six from G.I. Joe. Or we'll call her Wetsuit or Torpedo, who knows. But I have to imagine that is the case here. You do get the nice plastic over the mask, and a very space-age helmet. It's very underwater, but space-age at the same time. Of course, the head does pop off. I think I'm probably going to use this regular head on her, at least for now. We'll see. This looks a little bit more interesting to me with her regular head. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. But let's walk through this one. Let's walk through the articulation first. Head, of course, removable. Head side to side. A little bit of limitations by the big hair in the back. Arms going all the way around. Very, very tight. Very tight joints on this, but they do go all the way around. Bicep cut. Double jointed pinless elbows. Once again, very tight, but double jointed pinless. You know I'm here for that. We do get the hands removable. She does have a little bracelet there. Nice beaded bracelet. First time in the line, I do believe. Got to be careful when you pop the hand off because that bracelet's going to come with it. You don't want to lose that to the old carpet monster. We do get the hula hoop at the top. We do get the big old Nakia splits. Thigh cut. Double jointed pinless knees. Playing all the hits today. Ankles back and forth, up and down. No boot cut, anything like that. Very interesting, scaly kind of feel to this figure, almost like an Aquaman figure or something. That's what leads me to believe this is the old Under the Sea edition. But nice kind of coral blues against the greens. Just really, really good color to this one. Now, like I said, not familiar with the character yet. I will see the movie eventually. So we'll see what we think about her in the long run. But I gotta believe she's fighting a good fight like all the heroes do. Sounds good, right? She does have one of those loose belts there. I always hate these things. You can't remove them. I wish they were glued in or stuck in so they wouldn't ride up and dance around all the time, but that's what we get right there. But an interesting one. Does she fit on a ringside collectible stand? Use discount code Kyle, save yourself 10%. And what do you know? She fits like a glove. She fits perfectly on there. So you can use the ringside stands if you are so inclined. So Nakia, one or the other. We'll figure it out eventually. It's okay. Is this going to set your world on fire? Probably not. Is this going to be a super hot seller? Probably not, but we'll see. You never know what might happen in the end. She might steal a lot of hearts in the movie. You never know. So we're going to put her off to the side, and we're going to turn it over to Okoye, of course, one of the major stars of Black Panther movies. I believe this is a run back, as I do have the other version over here, so we'll do a little comparison with this one, but let's look at her in the package first. Look at that. We got the Wakanda Forever, Marvel Legends, Atuma Build-A-Figure. Always got the little glamour shot in the background and then the figure there. The Atuma cross-sell, of course. Little glamour shot right there for the movie. And the back showing the accessories. Not a lot going on here. We get the Atuma head and a spear. And that is it. That is all we get. So this whole Black Panther wave, very light on accessories. I'm sure that's part of the cost savings here. MCU figures do usually cost a little bit more money. That's why you don't see really all the time a straight MCU release. They pepper in some comic ones because I believe they're a little bit cheaper. But I don't know. It is what it is. But we're going to see what's going on here. We got things falling out of the package already. See you later. Goodbye. Spider-Man style. See you later. And we're off to the races. See you later again. Pull these all out, pull all these pieces out. Let's break her out of the parchment paper prison. Put her off to the side. She's off to the races. What do we got in here? Oh, we got Atuma's head. Oh, Atuma looking good. Very interesting. He's even got a little mask going on there. So we're going to have to dissect all this when we get down to the figure here. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. You don't want to miss that video. Which leaves the weapon, of course, here. So, and here. I don't know. Oh, is there another piece in here? No. That's the thing. You got to be careful with these. You don't want to throw away any weapons and stuff like that. But we're off to the races. Bam! See you later. I lost some off to the side. That's the way it goes sometimes. All right, let's look at this first. Look at the old spear. All in silverish gray color. No extra colors to this. Nice sculpting throughout the handle. Very nice. Then you get a little two-sided thing. Is this Atuma's weapon? I don't think so. Maybe it is. Maybe this is Atuma's weapon. We'll have to see. But we're going to describe it anyways. There it is right there. Looking good. And then we're off to the races. We got this big spear handle here. It's just the end of a spear. So it's like it's been broken off. And she's taking this off to the races. Once again, silver and gray. Very, very plain. No extra color. Not a lot going on with this. Now we get down to Okoye in figure form here. Very, very Michonne-esque. I would almost say this looks like Michonne without hair from The Walking Dead. I don't know. It's very strange how they look very similar. Maybe they're related. Or maybe they're the same person. Who knows? I don't know. But very, very cool here. You got an interesting head sculpt with, I don't know if you call it tattoos. I don't know what you call it, but she's got like a tattoo, like a young Bam Bam Bigelow all over the back of her head. You got to look really close. You can almost miss it, but it does look good. Head sculpt is good. I think you know who this is if somebody hands this to you. Head is removable, of course. You get a little side to side on that head, a little back and forth, up and down action. I like that she has her necklace here. This is removable with the head if you need to. Arms go all the way around on this one. The shoulder gauntlets do not limit the articulation. Bicep cut, double jointed, pinless elbows. Hey, we're here to party. You get the hands back and forth, side to side. You get the hula hoop. no waist. You do get this big splits, a little bit limited by her skirt there, of course. You do get a thigh cut. You do get double jointed pinless knees. Look at that. And then you get the ankles up and down, back and forth there. A lot of cool colors here. A lot of gold and red and orange. A very, very colorful picture it's painting here of her, of this action figure. And now that necklace is messed up. But it definitely looks good. Of course, she is the leader of the army of Wakanda, I believe, technically. So she does lead her team, and very, very colorful to do that in. Accessory fits right in her hand perfectly. Looks good. I could see some people possibly passing on this because it is a bit of a rehash. And let's grab her, but first let's check. Does it fit on a ringside collectible stand? Does she fit like a glove? Will she live forever on one of these stands? Barely. She's a little bit shallow in the peg hole, but I think there's enough to stick. Just barely enough to stick there. So it's close, but Ringside Collectibles, use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10%, get one of these stands. But Okoye, it looks all right. It looks all right. Let's bust out the old version, see what kind of differences we're working with here. So it is very, very similar, but at the same time, guess what? Very, very different. And this must be her spear, but boy, the old spear, way better. It's all black handled, nicer grays there. This is really, really different. So got to give the old spear the Duke, unless, you know, she has a new spear for the movie. That could be, but comparing the two, I'm taking this one all day long. Very similar, but very different here. The colors obviously being the biggest difference. The articulation with the pinless joints on this new one is much different. Head sculpt is different as well, looking a little bit different there. The same tattoo, a little bit brighter on this one. The gauntlet pieces aren't sculpted in. They're an extra piece over the top on this new one. A little colorful there. A different little front skirt. A different total skirt. I mean, there's a lot of differences here. But I could see there not being enough meat on the bone for some of them. Both head sculpts, I think, are very good. I can just see some people say there's not enough meat on the bone on this brand new one for me. I'm good with my old one. I'm going to stick with that. I do think there is some good differences here that might make people jump. Obviously, the Build-A-Figure piece helps to people wanting to buy this. You do get some extra color, the extra articulation, things like that that might make people get after this one. So, I don't know. I guess you'd have to tell me in the comments down below. Of course, we got some more of her army as well. That was a really cool thing they did in the old set. Different heads you can mix around, things like that. So we do get a little bit of that going on. And this is the exact same spear as this one, except it's a lighter silver where that's a darker one. So very, very interesting on all that. I don't know what's going on, but it's cool to always army build. Like we said with that Hattoot, did I say that right? That figure, that was a good army builder as well. And I guess we got a little bit of that going on here as well once again. So are these two figures that are going to set your world on fire? Absolutely not. Are they must-have? Absolutely not for me, especially since I have this one. Nakia, she hasn't stole my heart yet, but there's time. There's time. She might get there. So it's an interesting one. I think this is one of those ones maybe you'll appreciate a little bit more after you see the movie, or maybe you'll hate him even more. I don't know. But for me right now, if I had to put my gun to my head, somewhere in the middle. It's not a must-have. It's not an easy pass. It's somewhere like, hey, if I had to wait, I might get these on discount. Maybe that is how it is. But like I said, once you see the movie, that might change that opinion. That happens a lot. But what say you guys out there in YouTube land? You all in on these Wakanda Forever figures? Playing the long game? Easy pass for you? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Of course, don't forget to like this video. You made it this far. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bell. We got videos every single day and then some. Of course, we will be ranking this entire wave from my least favorite to my favorite. We will build a Tuma, so you want to stay around for that as well. That should be a great time. That should be a good old time, so make sure you're ready for that one. But yeah, and then don't forget about the Patreon. Link in the description below. Early access to videos, bonus content, exclusive content. Best of all, you do support the channel. Don't forget ProWrestlingTees.com. You can also support the channel over there. And then, of course, don't forget to follow along on social media. SirPaul64 is where you're going to find me on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson. So for Okoye and Nakia, I am Kyle. See you guys all real soon.